Welcome to CBC Today. Here on Politics 365, I'm Ray Baker. Not long after celebrating the 50th anniversary of the March on Washington for Jobs and Freedom, do we also remember the 50th anniversary of the bombing of the 16th Street Baptist Church in Birmingham, Alabama, that claimed the lives of 4 little girls. We sat down with Congresswoman Terri Sewell of Alabama to discuss the 50th anniversary of that unfortunate, tragic incident and what we as a nation can learn to move forward and be better. Congresswoman Sewell, thank you so much for taking time to talk with me today.
Well, thank you so much for the invite.
Now, we know this is the 50th anniversary of several significant milestones, one of which being the bombing of the 16th Street Baptist Church. The President of the United States has recognized those young ladies. So has Congress.
I want to say what a special day this is. We are awarding posthumously, as soon as I find this document, a Congressional Gold Medal to Addie Mae Collins, Denise McNair, Carol Robertson, and Cynthia Wesley. 4 little girls who were lost 50 years ago in the bombing of the 16th Street Baptist Church in Birmingham, Alabama.
What would you like the nation to take away from that awful, awful incident?
That out of that tragedy, the tragedy of September 15th, 1963, came a movement, sparked a movement that really catapulted this nation, inspired this nation. That's the civil rights movement. And from the civil rights movement, we got a global human rights movement. Those of us who are from Alabama and Deep South, those of us who love it, I think it's really important that we tell our story, that we tell the story of our painful past, but put it in the context of the global human rights movement that ultimately resulted from that past. And so in many ways, this commemoration week in Birmingham of the events of 1963 is really about us reflecting on our past, learning the lessons of our past, but moving 50 years forward. And what we're finding is that great progress has been made. I mean, we have in the city of Birmingham an African-American mayor now. We have an African-American congresswoman from Alabama. So lots of progress has been made. But what we're finding is that some old battles are becoming new again. The recent Supreme Court decision having the voting rights coming back, being threatened, and once again having to be to fight for that equality and for that justice. So what I want people to take away is I hope that as we commemorate, that we also take the opportunity to reflect, but renew our commitment to the struggle of equality and justice. So I hope this is not only about reflecting, but it's also about renewing our commitment and our dedication.
You talked a little bit about the milestones, and people are excited to celebrate those 50th anniversary milestones, but how do you celebrate and commemorate appropriately while also continuing to do the work that would honor the legacy of those ancestors who sacrificed?
I think that the best way that you can honor someone's legacy is to live their truth. And the reality is that those 4 little girls, their senseless death sparked the civil rights movement. And, I think that the 4 little girls are emblematic of the sacrifices of many. There's so many freedom fighters, known and unknown, made the ultimate sacrifice. They marched, they prayed, they fought for the right to vote and the right to be considered equal. And so I just think that the best way we can live their legacy is that we continue their struggle. And remember that the price of freedom isn't free. There were people who made ultimate sacrifices for that to happen. I'm just thrilled that that while it's been 50 years, justice was definitely delayed. It wasn't denied.
The only thing that we did right was the day we started to fight. Keep your eyes